I'm Danielle Metcalf, I'm 18 years old. I got such a good experience from the youth service that it's something that I wanted to do for the young people. As a young person in Mansfield, there's not a lot to do, especially for the young people with poorer backgrounds. Accessing stuff like leisure centres and cinemas and stuff like that has become rather expensive, which means that young people are just hanging around in the streets. Westfield Folk House, it's a very, very old building. I think it goes back to something like 1947 when the Manners family originally gave it over to the community.
Through the generations, you know, the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s and onwards, you know, young people have utilised the building for dances, for youth activities. It's in pretty poor state at the moment. You got hundreds of young people through it over, you know, 20, 30 year period. The building looks a little bit tired and worse for wear.
We managed to persuade the local authority, Nottinghamshire County Council, to commit £1.5 million from their capital programme to renovate it. But as soon as you start talking to English Heritage about what you can do with a listed building, you find out you could sink £1 million into the old house and not even see it. The pointing would be very nice, with no benefit to young people. Luckily, the government released for Myplace funding. We then had long discussions with young people about whether we built for £1.5 million, not perfect, but we'd have something now or very soon, or we'd gamble on getting a successful Myplace bid, which would take a year, 18 months. The young people decided that's what we wanted to do, and we worked with them all the way through this process to achieve it.
So inside here, there's going to be music. Consultation happened very, very early on, because obviously as part of the bid, we had to prove that we were consulting with young people. We've spoken to the Skills for Employment groups that use the Westfield Folk House building currently, plus the one that's based here at Botany Avenue.
Yeah. Jump straight into one of them suits at bottom.
At the minute, they're all just thinking up some of their own ideas of what sort of thing they want going on in the youth centre, because obviously the pictures have sort of spurred a lot of questions.
Some rewards being handed in.
That was all right. It's a really good place to go in that lot and meet new friends and all.
At the moment we're stood on Westfield Folk House sports area. As you can see, it's very run down. Behind we've got the two buildings. The one on the left hand side is going to be the one that we're going to knock down, that's the extension. The one on the right hand side is the listed building, which we can't touch. Obviously this money is going to knock the extension down and refurbish the listed building, along with this great big new extension that we're going to put in. The facilities are going to contain stuff like catering facilities, cafes, discos, all that type of thing, with top-of-the-range computers and flat-screen TVs. As you can see at the minute, we've actually got more grassed area. We're not using this for much at the minute, but once the new build's finished, we're actually going to be using these as sensory gardens. This means that young people with sight and hearing difficulties can enjoy the gardens as well as all the other young people.
What we are doing now is put together a steering group of young people that will have ongoing consultation about a whole range of issues. It's artist's impression.
It's really important that young people have the say on what they want in it. There's no point in us making all the decisions for them, building it all, spending all this money and then realising, oh, the young people don't like it. So this consultation group is really a great way for all types of young people to be able to get involved with the decision making.
And the evenings that'll be taken over by youth workers or young people. How dangerous is that?
To be able to see young people coming up with such advanced ideas and points of interest, it's really, really good, because a lot of young people wouldn't show any interest, but by giving them the chance to be able to tell us what they want, they really will come up with some good ideas.
It's the most exciting thing I've ever been involved in as a youth worker. When you take homeless young people, disabled young people, and you take mainstream young people, and young people who are in training or are unemployed and been unemployed for a while, bring them all together in a mix, there can be a lot of problems. The young people have worked through that. They are so excited about being involved in something that's going to be a legacy for future generations. And the fact that with Myplace, we've got enough money to build something that not only looks good now, but will last.
I just can't believe that Mansfield has got such an opportunity to have such an amazing youth work provision. To be able to actually get the grant and be able to start building is just a fantastic opportunity.